Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 63 of A Year of Change. This being the end of the week, we will do a quick little recap of what's been going on and see where things are going from there. But not much to tell, really. I've sort of kept you updated as things have been going on throughout the week. As you know, I did the hill on Tuesday for the first time. I did go up there each day. There was one day that... because I was running late, because I couldn't render a video quick enough, and I had to leave about 45 minutes late, or later than I normally do for work. So I had about 3 minutes left before, a short amount of time left before I had to actually be at work in the room. So I ended up having to park, I lucked out and sort of parked on the side of my building. And so I was in there, and I'm like, I should have gone up, and I thought, I will just do it at lunch. So on my lunch, I think this was Thursday, on my lunch, I ended up going out to my car and just driving up to the top of the hill, which other people enjoyed because they had a free parking spot now. People really hate going up there. But I did it for all 4 days, and on Friday, when I left yesterday, it's really just... I took my time going up the last day because I don't think I need to rush up the hill or anything like that. So I just took my time, and it's getting better and better, even though it's only been 4 times that I've done it. So I'm just sort of going to keep on my treadmill, keep doing the hill and stuff like that. So yeah, that's going to be my parking spot up there. I never need to worry. I never have to go searching. I can just zip right in and then go up the hill, because sometimes you have to sort of circle the parking lot a couple of times to find a good spot. But anyway, yes, I'm going to be doing that from now on. It's much easier than I thought it was going to be, so it's not something that's really daunting. It has had a bit of a different effect, though. And I don't know, I think this might be a combination of me doing my treadmill and going up the hill and, just a bunch of other stuff. But, actually, before I get to that, I will come back to it. I'm sorry. I know I do this a lot. I'll start talking about something and then sort of go back, but it's because I'm not prepared. Yesterday, when I got up, I did my treadmill and parked on the hill, and then afterwards went out with a friend of mine. I did a whole bunch of stuff, and by noon I had done more exercise than I've probably done in 20 years. But I didn't feel exhausted, I wasn't sweaty, I didn't feel tired. I am feeling better and better as I'm doing this, which is really, really good. I'm glad that I'm not just so worn out from everything. But I think part of that is because I'm not gorging all the time at every meal as well. Because before I actually got this job and I had some time off, I would just eat and then have a nap, and then get up and I would eat some more and I would have another nap. And I was just always, always tired. But since I've started doing this, I don't know if it's a matter of me having more energy so much as it is just me not getting lethargic. Or not lethargic. That's not the word I'm looking for. Me not getting... That's the correct term. That not being tired all the time from overeating. And my body's just worn out. It has nothing left to give. So I found that... last night it sort of dawned on me that because of either a combination, I'm assuming, but either because of the treadmill or having that 15-minute walk at the end of the day where I can just sort of take my time going up the hill, I don't seem to have that same feeling where I want to stay in all the time. Now, I've never been a person like an outdoorsy type. I enjoy living where I live because it's not in the middle of the major heart of the city. So it's very quiet and it's naturey and everything's nice. And I do like that. But I've never been one to purposely go out and spend time outside. Usually just because it's too hot or it's too cold and I'm comfortable inside and I don't have to wear pants. And I can just stay in my house and play video games or watch TV or nap or eat or whatever it is I do. So as time has sort of gone on this week, I've noticed that there are times that I don't want to be in my house. And it really sort of struck me last weekend when I went over to my friend's house. And I mean, she's been a friend of mine for 13 or 14 years anyway. Um, and I've been to her house like 3 times. Because generally, when someone invites me out, I'm just, no, I'll probably stay inside and, not do much of anything. But this particular time, she suggested, I was like, you know what, yeah, I don't want to be inside right now. So I went out and spent some time over there, had lots of fun, and then that's when I went over my calories for the day for alcohol. And then throughout the week, I've, gone out for coffees with friends and stuff like that. And then last night, yesterday I got up really early, about 5 in the morning, did my treadmill, recorded, rendered all the stuff, had everything all set, went to work, walked down the hill, went up the stairs and just walked back up and just did a bunch of stuff. And normally when I come home from work, then I'm done for the day. I just want to relax and just because I'm worn out. But around 10 o'clock at night, I might be because I have the weekend off, but I just sent a message to a friend of mine and just like, hey, let's go for coffee. Because I just didn't want to be inside and I didn't want to drive around, by myself because that's kind of creepy. But I've noticed that more and more I sort of want to do that. And actually, what was it? Thursday when I was done, I went out and ended up we have a park near my house, and it's a huge park. There's a lake and like a proper size lake and trails and everything else. And a friend of mine went out there and just sort of hung around and talked out there. And earlier on this week, I actually took my lunch hour, which normally I would just go and sit in my car, and just stood outside and wandered around and enjoyed that. And I didn't really notice it until late last night, early this morning, when it just sort of dawned on me, because I started sort of calling back and recollecting that I haven't stayed in my house all week. Like, I wanted to go and do something, which is kind of weird for me because I'm just not used to that. And ideally, I'd like to get to a point where, I'm enjoying going outside and I want to go outside and do more stuff. And I've already been out today and just sort of traveling around, and then it started a torrential downpour and it got really cold. This is the end of May for me, and for some reason, it's like 40 degrees outside in Fahrenheit for those of you out there. Actually, I don't even think it's that. I think it's around 40. It's, for me anyway, it's 2 degrees above freezing. So, whatever freezing is. So 30 degrees. No, 35? I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. By the magic of math. That's how cold it is in Fahrenheit. To a point where they're actually calling for snow, which is so weird. I know that a lot of you think, oh, you're in Canada, of course you're going to have snow everywhere. Like, no, our snow is usually gone, for us, fairly early in the year. But it's just really cold rain, so I was outside and I thought, it's a little too cold, I'll wait for it to dissipate a bit, and then I'm probably going to go back out, just because I just don't feel like sitting at home doing nothing. And I'm really hoping that this sort of keeps up. Because, again, just going out and doing something, even if I'm just sort of wandering around with a friend of mine, I don't count those calories towards exercise or anything else because I can't measure them. But I know in my head that it is helping, even if I'm just going out for 10 minutes. It's doing something. It's more than I'm doing now. So I'd like to sort of maintain that and keep going throughout the week. And I'm probably going to do the same on my lunch at work. Just even if I just go out and just sort of wander around. And it's not because it's super nice out or anything else. It's just that I don't know. I feel like and it might just be because I'm stuck at a job now. That's, but the fact that I have that time to go out and I don't want to be stuck inside there and stuck inside at home. Or it could just be the fact that I haven't cleaned my house in a very long time and I really should. And I just don't want to face having to do housework, which is probably more likely, to be honest with you. But suffice it to say, that's sort of what I'm hoping for. And I know I probably should have covered this off on Thursday when I did my stuff there, but it was just one of those things that didn't really dawn on me until now. So I'm probably going to keep doing it, although I do have to do some housework, so I will get stuck there. But at the very least, I find I don't want to just sort of sit and watch TV and do nothing right now. Especially over the past 2 or 3 days, and I know it's only been 2 or 3 days, but I'm hoping it's sort of the start of a pattern that I don't want to just sit and do nothing because I'm bored. Actually, you know what? I'm just thinking of this now because I'm saying I'm bored. Generally, when I'm bored, I would eat. And it sounds weird for some of you out there, but for the vast majority of you out there, you understand what I mean. That you're just, I don't know what to do. Oh, I'll have cake. And now that I'm sort of not avoiding food or forcing myself to not eat it, it's just that I have a certain pattern now. And I mean, obviously last week it didn't work because I had the polar opposite where I wanted to eat absolutely everything all the time. But maybe it might be some way of my brain saying, oh, there's other stuff that you can do. If you're bored, then go alleviate it. And I'm not going to food right away for it. And that, to me, actually sounds much more promising than me going, I'm going to be an outdoorsy person. I'd much rather get to a stage where not necessarily going outside and doing stuff out there, but just the fact that if I'm bored, I don't know what to do, rather than I'm bored, I know what to do, I'll eat. You may have just witnessed me having an epiphany, which would be really, really great to come back in a year and take a look at this and go, yep, that's what happened. That would be a really, really good thing. And now that I'm consciously aware of it, I'm hoping that my brain isn't just going to go, no, that wasn't it. Go have some bacon. Which I have had bacon already this morning, but a little bit, so it's okay. I didn't eat the entire package. Which I don't know if I've ever actually done. I know there have been times when I've eaten like half a pack of bacon in one sitting. But just for the fact that because I've been watching my calories for so long, now I know that eating half a pack of bacon is probably going to make me sick. So I just have a regular amount, and then I had a big pile of eggs and mushrooms. And anyway, you don't care what I'm eating during the day. So, yeah, that might be a good thing, actually. If I'm getting to a point where the boredom isn't immediately resolved by me eating, that I actually want to go do something, then it's just a matter of finding something to do. And thankfully, I can drive pretty much anywhere in the city and go find something. So that'll be interesting. I really hope it is that, instead of me just having like 3 or 4 days of motivation and then petering off and then going, no, don't like being outside. Because really that's a major hurdle for me. Or not a hurdle, I guess. It would be, I guess, what's the opposite of a hurdle? Trench, I guess, which doesn't make any sense either. Anyway, I'm rambling. Just eating when I'm bored would be something that, a pattern, I guess. It wasn't even close to a hurdle. It's a major pattern that I've had for a very, very long time. If I don't watch TV or if I'm not playing a game or something, then I would eat. Which is why I don't often eat when I'm at work, because I'm occupied, I'm doing stuff, and I don't get hungry. And I know people say, well, you're supposed to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner and stuff, but, I mean, during the week, I don't, like, I'll have my breakfast, and then I'll have coffee throughout the day, and then I come home and I have supper. I never eat lunch. And it's not because I'm trying to lose weight or though that's the new no diet lunch. It's just that I'm occupied. And then during my hour, I'm occupied again because I've got Twitter. I go, look at different videos on YouTube. I've got, a bunch of different stuff that I'm doing. And I don't want to take the time and have something and then worry, do I need to go brush my teeth because there's stuff stuck in my teeth? And is it going to cause an issue later on? So it's just easier for me not to eat at lunch. But while I'm at work and I'm occupied, I'm not hungry, and half the time my coffee gets cold before I finish it. So maybe if that's sort of the case, that I'm to a stage now that I'm no longer looking directly at food as my go-to for alleviating boredom, that would be so much better. I'd much rather sort of have that as the cause instead of me just going, no, I now enjoy the outdoors. Because I think that's going to be more of a long-term thing. Part of it as well, and this is weird because motivation can come from a really odd place. And I think part of it as well is I've sort of been, not really tweeting back and forth, but there's, I follow a number of different people on Twitter, and there's one that every now and then will post a really nice photo. It's usually a landscape or something, rustic, or it's not just family photos or a selfie or anything like that. It's actually quite nice. And they sent one, and I sent another one back just saying send a picture of actually the lake near my house, and said, very nice, and in the spirit of sharing, here's another one. And then they sent another one back, and I sent another one. And it's, I mean, I understand that it's not, okay, well, now it's your turn, so you can send one to me. It's just like a quick little exchange over a day or so. But it got me outside and to a point where I thought, I'd kind of like to go out and look for different things, and every now and then send one out, and so you guys can see it as well. And that might be something I actually had planned a while ago when we start building more in the community and things like that, when we reach certain milestones, that I'm going to go out to different areas around my city, and because it's a very, very old city, but it's still tiny. It's like 80,000 people, and it's over 200 years old. So it's a very nice, itty-bitty city. And there's a bunch of stuff that we can do that once I get a proper camera, I can film it. I can't really take my webcam with me. So if I get a proper camera and take that along with me, and sort of, there are historic tours that we can take. There are, military forts in the city that are, 150, 200 years old or more, which is where I was up today. And just little places I can sort of take people around the city just to show you roughly where I live. Not near my house, though, because that would be weird. But, yeah, I think if you've gone on Twitter, you've probably seen the lake. I could show you a picture. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it. This is the picture of the lake I live near. Ta-da! So enjoy. This is about not even it's like a 2-minute drive from my house. I could probably walk it in 15 minutes, which I might do. Once the ice cold rain stops falling today. So I might do that. Just, again, one of those things that just to sort of alleviate the boredom, but I'm actually looking forward to it. And part of me as well is thinking there might be a little opportunity that I can take a picture or something like that. And it's just a picture from my phone, which I love my phone, but it is not designed to take pictures at all. It's got really shitty resolution, and I couldn't even tell you what it is, like 3 megapixels, I think. So the resolution is not great. But when you're looking at it on Twitter, on a mobile device, it looks really nice. Once you start zooming in and you realize that it's really grainy, it's pretty bad. But it's not to a stage yet where I'm going to think, oh, well, I'll get a camera and I'll start taking pictures that way. These are just little things that I'm going to find along my travels, I guess. Sounds weird. Around the 2-minute walk radius around my house. I can do that. So, but anyway, I'm rambling. I've gone way off topic. I've done like 5 different things, and I don't even really know what the focus of this video is going to be. We will say it's going to be activity and how I may not be as stagnant as I used to be, which would be really, really good. I'm going to give some more thought to that boredom thing, because if that's the case, that's a huge relief for me. Especially because I've known for a while that when I'm bored, I eat and just have never done anything with it. So I'm hoping that it's going to get to a point where, okay, I'm bored. Let's go do something. So, in which case, I got to find something to do by myself, because half my friends are working when I'm not, and then I'm working when they aren't, and it's just got to figure something out. But anyway, for the meantime, that is it for this one. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on going and repeating myself as I normally do, which should really be part of my outro, I suppose. Once I start repeating myself, just say, well, I'm done repeating myself, and I'm rambling on and on and on, much as I am now. Anyway, I'll put up those. You can take a look at them and give you a little bit. Next week, I should say. I will mention this real quick. We are going to do something a little bit different with the food thing, because it's not going to be really an advice thing, because there are 2 foods, one of which is just coming into season, and I just saw it at the store the other day, and I bought 2 pounds of it. It's the foods that you can't really get in the majority of places, so some of you won't be able to get these, so don't feel bad. These aren't recommendations. These are just 2 things that are really kind of weird and unique to the Northeast. But anyway, for right now, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please poke the like button for me, and in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.